Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Empowering Voices. The special word for today that I have on my t-shirt is determination. And we start from this word to introduce our special guest, Virginia Mendez. Hello and welcome, and tell us all about you.
Hi, thanks for having me, and thanks for choosing the word determination. I thought it was very flattering because I am determined to change the world. So yeah, that's a big one.
Amazing.
Determination, small goals. Don't worry, I won't do it alone. I think there's like a whole army of us out there. So I am Spanish, and I've been living in Belfast for the last 7 years with my husband, and I have two small kids and a business called the Feminist shop. And it's
Although, can I say, I was going to introduce you like the owner of the Feminist shop, but it's not just that. I mean, you have a long list of amazing other stuff that you do, and then I want you to tell us.
It's
So
also
please.
the imposter syndrome sometimes, but I'm also an author. I've
Yeah.
written a children's book. I'm writing one for parents, and I am writing a second one for children that I'm very excited about. And I'm also a volunteer activist. Overall, just feminist talker. Talk a lot about feminism. That's what I do.
That's amazing, actually. And thank you, no, from all the women and the support that you can give us through actually, you are a public speaker anyway, so you've been also published on magazines and through your books are exactly approaching the theme of gender equality for children, because we know that we have to start from the beginning, actually. And well, you have your guinea pig in the house, so you start with your children to change things, of course.
Yeah, I'm very passionate. I mean, I'm very passionate about feminism altogether, but I am quite focused, especially since becoming a mom, about the power that we have with our children. I think parenting nowadays is a social responsibility, and we need to understand that we're bringing the new generation of leaders, adults, and we need to do things right. So I think there's been a bit of a shift in the mood, and it's not only about giving the kids the best. It's about making sure our kids give back to the world the best, because they're the future. So I do a lot of, not experiment, but I'm very aware of how I treat them, and I'm very conscious about how the society treat them differently, and try to compensate and bring all those conversations in the house. So yeah, my main focus when doing everything is how we can help them to learn things right, so they don't have to do the job that we did to unlearn them.
Exactly. Yeah, because that takes longer, and it's sometimes very difficult and painful for some people.
Yeah, and I mean, we are all doing that all the time. I find myself every day I learning something or realizing how inside me.
Exactly, ingrained in you, and without, I mean, you are a feminist, and but nonetheless, there's something because of all the education, for cultural reason, for whatever reason, is still there, definitely.
And I don't think, and I love that you said that, because I think there's that feeling of being a feminist means getting it right, and I don't think it does. I think feminists mean wanting to get it right and be committed to getting it right, and we all get it wrong a lot of the time, because it's the system is ingrained in who we are, and sometimes you doubt yourself. Like, I mean, you have to even relearn things like taste and question yourself. Do I like this because I like it, or because I'm being told to like it? And if it's because you like it, that's fine. But if it's not because of that, it's also okay to let go. Choosing to let go things that we are predetermined to, we've been pushed so much to do or like or want. It's not a whole process that if we can avoid our kids, then the better.
Yeah, they feel more relaxed and they make choices without the influence of a patriarchal society who imposed some choices on us, basically. I was telling you before that my son was in love with the color pink, and at school, someone, a teacher helper, pushed him away from it while he was looking at Christmas presents. And he relaxed when he saw a cab all pink. It was Pretty Little Things, the brand, that's why. And it was all pink. And there was this big driver in the cab, and he said, okay, yeah, it's possible. Still, it's another little box because it means that a big driver is allowed, but still, at least now he likes pink again.
Yeah, it's just that we have these very narrow ideas of feminine, masculine. They're two, they're binary, and they're opposed. And it's so much choice in the middle. And there's like every individual is so completely different, and we feel more comfortable when we label them and we put them in a box. And it's like, I'm comfortable now that everything is function and everybody's involved.
But because that is fear. When we experience fear, we need to put a label. And when we put a label, we become, we limit ourselves, but we limit the others. It's where all the negative ism start, racism, feminism, like we were taught, actually, because feminism was this crazy lady trying to kill men and stuff, while feminist, a man can be a feminist. It's a completely different approach and meaning to give to the word.
My husband and I started the business together. And actually, whenever we met, I would never call myself a feminist. I was like, I am not one of those. I am.
Yeah.
And he was like, Virginia, of course you are. So it was him who made me change my mind around it. And obviously now I surpassed him by far.
Of course.
A monster. I think he probably is like, what have I done here? But yeah, we're learning a lot together. And yeah, I think men not only can be feminists, but they should.
Yeah.
In their own interest, if nothing less, but because it's it's the right thing to do.
Yeah,
just fighting for gender equality is just the right thing to do.
Yeah, in a world where there isn't more or less or right or wrong in terms of gender, definitely that would be the ideal world. And so, tell us a bit about the feminist shop. Of course, your contact will be stuck everywhere, so our listener will be checking online. But tell us what you do and what you sell.
So when we started the Feminist shop, we just wanted a shop, created a brand that people could recognize. So for us, it was not only the shop, but the idea of a brand that is identifiable and that people could showcase their values through it. Mm-hmm. But then obviously the idea grew, and I was like, okay, and we need books, and we need content, and we need a community. So it's still very much about a brand, but it's a much bigger brand than just, let's say, clothes of gifts. Like what we want is we take everything that we do very seriously from an ethical point of view, because I think that's what we would like and what we feel like our community would like. We want people, whenever they buy a t-shirt or whenever they're showing our logo, to be saying, this is not just a slogan.
There's a message behind, a meaning. It's meaningful.
There's a meaning, and I know that the people that are sharing with me this journey with this brand, they're also supporting socially conscious feminists from this kind of perspective. And the idea, a very important idea for us, was that feminist is quite divided within the movement. We feel like people, you don't get to call yourself feminist, or maybe I cannot call myself feminist because I don't have everything right all the time. And, I think there's a lot of stigma and a lot of feelings from outside, from the outside world to what feminists mean, but also within families, just because there's different people in different places. So our goal was, still is, to just highlight that this is a journey. We're all in a journey here, and we're all in the same boat. I mean, we're all in the same team. And if we don't see each other as part of the same team, we're dividing ourselves.
Yeah, so we always see an enemy out there.
Yeah, and we want feminists to be something to be proud of and to be excited about and to be part of who you are in the way you have to, because we need all the voices, and there's not just one way to do feminist right. And if we keep telling people you're not a feminist if you can say this, then we're just stopping them from learning. And I'm learning all the time. I'm not the same feminist I was 3 years ago.
And there are not written rules that you have to fulfill to be that, because we are all different. Fortunately, we are also unique and different, that the approach and also the understanding of the message is different for everyone. And we need to be and feel free to put it out there.
Yeah, and also to explore it together. I think I am who I am now because of the people that challenge me and make me question things. But if somebody had put me off straight away from the beginning when I didn't believe in some of the things I believe now, look, like, feminists will have lost a big asset because I'm obsessed.
Exactly.
So I think we need more kindness and more challenge, but yeah, that challenge within the team. Like, we're a team and we're growing together. Have you read this? What about this? Let's have the conversations. And that's how I think we'll change the world, like conversation one at a time. So
this spirit of community and being part of the same, as you said, we are all in the same boat. I mean, we are together in the same moment, in the same place. Let's make it nice for everyone, right?
So our products are always designed to be conversation starters and statement makers. So the one I'm wearing now is Ask Me About Feminist, just because there's podcast about it, but we have different slogans and designs, and what we want is people to wear them knowing that they're making a statement with it, but also that they'll start conversations. And we have every slogan comes in 4 different styles. So from really small to really bold, because we believe, again, that you can be saying the same thing in a different way, and that's fine.
With a different voice, definitely.
Yeah. So we are not all shouters. Some people are whispers, some people, and that's fine. And I think the beauty is to highlight that we're saying the same in different way, and that's fine. So that was a bit of the goal, but obviously the website is much more. We have our biggest investment is on content. So we produce weekly newsletter, we interview a lot of people, I write articles, we have guest writers, and we have recommendations of things separated by different topics. So if you're looking for something about raising feminists or women in history or the role of men in feminism, you'll have a selection of podcasts and films and videos and things that you can be watched for that specific topic. So our idea was just always to make feminists easy and, just bring it close to the people in a way that they can explore it at their own pace. And
without being scared also.
Yeah, and
of the big word, because sometimes you say, okay, I'm not going in the street demonstrating, so I'm not a feminist. That's not true. Absolutely. Because big changes happen from the comfort of your couch, to be honest, most of the time. You have to start somewhere.
Yeah, and also we have a test, what type of feminist are you? And it just links people with different style. And I think, for example, like there's like an apologetic feminist or apologetic or not a feminist yet. And maybe the kind of content I will recommend to somebody that is just starting to find,
To understand.
comfortable. You will not be the same as an angry feminist, which has read and no one just breathes this kind of thing, because they're in different parts, and it's important that everybody get a content tailored for where they are, and just to see what they're looking around. So we sell, I think, over 300, almost 400 feminist books at the moment in the website, from kids to adults and different topics. And yeah, we believe in that, like just reading, talking, exploring, and finding out more, because once you open that door, it's like a one-way journey.
Yeah,
I don't know anybody that start reading about it and then at some point was like, no, I'm gonna pass.
Yeah, exactly. No, let's forget it. Not for me.
Let's forget about this.
No, if you just started with either the curiosity to start the conversation, or someone suggested to come in, it's true, and it's an amazing journey actually. And I think it's one of these where you want to know more and more, and find your own voice. No, as you were saying, someone is shouting, someone is more in the corner, but definitely there are some common ideas and topics, of course, but the approach can be so different, and that is the very motivating and stimulating part.
Yeah, I agree. I think we don't all agree with everything that every feminist say, but I think we all agree in a lot of important things, and I think we can disagree, and that's fine. And actually it's also very positive. Sometimes you read something about someone and it's like, well, no, I don't, but I don't think they make them less feminist. I think that's their way, that's their voice, and we still are trying to fight for the same cause. It's just that their way and mine might be different, and even exploring that and knowing, no, not for me, it's good and it's positive.
Yeah, for sure. And we need to be open to have conversations about it. 100%. This is the first step for growth, basically. Because if you say, no, okay, the feminist is this, and that, you stay there on your own in your corner. And anyway, you still are a feminist with your own ideas, but you cannot grow, because we grow together.
That's exactly it. I think everything is just under construction, and it will be forever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a done job.
Yeah, amazing. And do you have a quote that is your favorite, either from your shop or from whatever in life, that supports a bit your vision?
What I have written in my window is it's a quote from Rupi Kaur, which I love her bits, but it says the path to change the world is never ending. Peace yourself. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes, and it makes me good when I'm working to read it, because sometimes I get into this mood of like, we need to, and sometimes like,
calm down, breathe.
Yeah, even to deal with guilt, like sometimes you stop not talking about something or not putting enough attention, and I just need to remind myself, like, there's so much work to do. Like, just, it's fine just to stay on your lane, do what you're doing, just find your things, because I think whenever there's a purpose driven passion or work, in this case it's my work, it's very easy to just carry the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Feeling a bit overwhelmed. Because as you said, I mean, determination, you are determined to change the world. That is amazing. That is your vision, your ideal, and you'll get there. But you need to know that you're to pace yourself.
It won't be by the end of the year.
It could be. It could be. I don't want to give you false hope, but
no, it is. That's the thing. I think sometimes, and I think women tend to do that, like that. I need, and just not cutting ourselves some slack and be like, look, there's so much you can do. So just take it easy.
Trust the process, enjoy it, especially. Because, of course, the journey has the beauty of the discovery of the new things, or the big success, or the learnings. So that is a big and important part to consider, to stop and look at the small things before having, and then you get to the vision and you say, I arrived. That's amazing. But it was amazing already what I saw along the way.
Oh yeah. I agree. I think obviously we are much more advanced now than we were when we were just talking about it in the sofa. And if somebody would just have placed me here, I would have said no. I loved every bit, and I loved even the disappointments are part of who we are, and the learning. Like, there's no other way you can learn. You have to learn by disappointment.
In fact, I never talk about failure or failure. For me, I mean, every problem you face is a learning, definitely, as you said. And from there, it's only from the learning that you then can grow. Until then, no, it's impossible.
I remember when we were starting the business, everybody we talk about was telling us that this is going to be much slower than you thought. Idea is good, but it's a slow burner. Don't think you're going to just open the shop and sales are going to come flying. And you hear it.
Yeah, but until you leave it on your skin.
I'll make it work because this idea is so awesome. People are going to love it. And then it happens.
It is the case as well, but it is slower and tougher. Yeah, it's a bit when they tell us, look, when you have children, you will stop sleeping. It will be, but you still have children, and until you have children, you don't realize what they were saying, right?
And I think that's exactly a perfect example. I think every new mom is told, sleep now, all you can.
Yeah, exactly.
Can everybody know? I know that already. It's like, I know. Why nobody told me?
Exactly.
Everybody told you to sleep more.
Yeah.
Just didn't want to hear it.
Yeah. But the business is a little baby.
Oh, it's
very exactly the same. Yeah.
There's so many similar things. I mean, I think it's extremely romanticized, and then people don't talk about the struggles and all. But it's still worth it. And
exactly.
Yeah, and it changed who you are. I think having a business as well as parenting change a lot who you are, and you just have to find a new tribe that gets it. You just a lot of your values changed, and those small victories, like nobody can understand the size of those victories. That yay. And also a little bit of it's always there. It's who you have become, and you can't separate both. So very similar.
Yeah. And the other thing is very important to celebrate a success, small or big, like with children, no? When you say, oh, I managed to put him in bed at 9, for example. Or, for example, I was telling my mom, I said, Mom, I'm on Apple Podcast. I said, oh, wow, amazing. What is a podcast? I said, okay. But I was still celebrating, because for me it was a huge thing.
Oh yeah, it has to. You have to celebrate everything. I mean, and I think that's one of the problems with a small business. I think sometimes the end goal seems the only thing, and if you do your business like that, you're gone, because it's gonna take longer. And it may not even look like you thought it was gonna look. Maybe everything that you want just look differently, and success gets redefined sometime in the journey.
Yeah. And the magic of meeting people and opportunities along the way that sometimes can change your perspective completely. I found, for example, accountability groups of like-minded people are life-changing. For me, are my magic, really. Even people outside of my specific field, but you discover a new world. I mean, it's so exciting. I wouldn't change it ever. And as you said, even if there are the learnings along the way, it's all worth it. Definitely.
Definitely.
Amazing. Well, congratulations for what you do. And I just remind everyone that in the post, in my bio, in the podcast cover, all the details of Virginia will be there. Visit her shop. It's really cute, lovely design, amazing quotes, great books, and amazing content, of course. Thanks again for being with us, and see you all soon. Bye.